I've got two lively dogs here in my room. So there's a squeaky toy going on, just to let you know if you're wondering what it is. And you might hear me.
Oh, I've just heard one of them.
Yeah, that's not me growling. I might need to put one of them out the room. They're getting a bit lively. So one's mine and the other one we're looking after. Come on, Angela. Come here. Come here, you come. Come here.
Right.
Angela, can you say hello? Up. No, he won't speak. He won't speak.
Ah,
He loves having his playmate here. He's looking at me like, Mummy, get the ball back for me. He's taking it. No.
I've just heard the squeaking of
No, he's like,
the
hello.
simple pleasures, just playing.
Should be two. There should be two here. Where's the other? Here's the other. Okay, now listen, you've both got to be quiet. Here's the other toy. Yeah, come on. Get that one. Right. Okay. What were we going to talk about today, Wendy?
Well, we've both bought a book, haven't we, called
Oh, yes.
Mass Protection,
Yes, this one.
Wynne and Mark Attwood, and we thought that we would just talk about it, the bits that stand out to us, our thoughts about it, because it's got some really,
Oh,
really interesting
I love the title.
bits. Yeah.
Reminds me of Tony Blair.
I feel like I need to start playing that song. Things
What
can only
song?
get better. Do you remember that? The theme song.
How does it go?
Oh, I won't even attempt to sing
Oh,
it,
the
but I
one.
can hear it in my head.
Gonna get better.
That's it. Yeah. Well,
Okay, yeah, from weapons of mass destruction to weapons of protection.
yeah,
Yeah, so I think the first one was proved a lie, wasn't it?
yeah.
Um, and this is what what we need now against the dark energies.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I know
Mm.
it's such a given, but we can forget, can't we, how much wisdom and help we can find in books.
Mm.
And in this book, although I've only read a chapter, I'm going to work my way through it, I just know that it's got a ton of valuable stuff in here. There may be some stuff in here that I wouldn't use or I may not agree with, but it's going to be other stuff where I'm going to think, wow, got that at my fingertips.
You're right. I haven't read anything yet. I've just turned to page 21. It's the first thing I've read. We live in an inverted world. What you have been told is good for you is most likely harmful for your health. And what is actually good has been hidden, banned, or perverted. So, yeah, I'm on the same page.
Yeah.
And we knew that, didn't we? And all I've done so far is just skim through the titles. So I think this is really exciting. And you've read chapter one or most of it.
I did because I quite like to go from start to finish sometimes, but there's another chapter where it talks about the tools, things that you can do. And I just thought, wow, there's a lot of good stuff in here potentially. So I'm really grateful to these authors. I don't know them. We don't get anything from
No,
talking about this book, do we, Jen? We're not promoting it.
no,
But I just think, wow, people have put together this stuff that actually, more than ever, could be really, really valuable.
it's great having this all together, isn't it? And it'll give us, this is what we want to talk about, these kind of things anyway, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, we could have done this book.
Say that again.
We could have done this book.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's my
These are
imposter
all our
syndrome,
topics, aren't
isn't
they?
it?
I haven't read the book yet, but I mean, these are our topics. Well, it was by two people, so maybe we could have had somebody else cover in to come in with the, I don't know, the bits we wouldn't want to cover, like the Satan versus Lucifer. I don't know too
Yeah,
much
me
about that. You
neither.
wouldn't want to look into that. But I mean that the topics like chapter 2, who are the good guys?
Yeah.
What's the higher self?
Mhm.
Angels, ascended masters. This is like these are great elementals. I love all this sort of stuff.
Yeah. Empower animals and guides and
Absolutely.
ancestors. But as you was talking then, what come to me was, how you said we could have written this book and this kind of imposter syndrome kicked off inside. But it made me think that I think most people, well, we know it's true, but most people, they really thought about it. If we talked about some of these tools, some of them they would already know about these. And they have got this knowledge. It may be hidden from sight, it may be buried deep, but there are some things that everybody knows about,
Yes.
like being in nature,
Yes.
example, being out in the
Very
sunny.
empowering, isn't it? And
Yeah,
all these books on nature and
yeah,
the word forest bathing, it just means taking a walk in the
beautiful.
woods and opening up your awareness.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated, does it? So with everybody, even if people think, oh, I
Okay,
don't,
I'm just going to put one dog out the room. Right, one of you out. You, little one with all the noise. Come on. You are going out with this toy. No, you're staying here. Noisy one, go. No, be quiet.
yeah, I think it's really wonderful.
Yeah, I mean the imposter syndrome. You do know all this stuff. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but
And
that's
it's
what I'm
putting it
saying.
into words.
That's why I said what I said, because other people might be
Mm.
thinking that, might be thinking, oh, I need to know this stuff. I don't know this stuff. And they might not know all of it because, there's many different tools out there,
Yeah.
but most people on some level, they do have a sense or knowledge
Mm.
of what's good for them, don't they? And
Mm.
what's bad for them.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're all at different places. But these particularly for us is what we have been working on
Yeah,
together for the last couple of years.
yeah,
Yet about what's going on in the world, and we've been discussing the light and the dark, and we both support other people in our therapy work.
yeah.
This one here, I'm reading attunement and initiation and healing crises. And then we've got channel messages, downloads, and light codes.
How wonderful.
I
Yeah.
do,
All
uh,
this stuff is available.
but you get this, don't you? Channel message, download, feeling, intuition.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think probably all of us or all of us can do.
yeah,
We find that quiet space inside.
yeah. And that's
It's
it.
an idea. We might just call it, oh, I had this idea.
Yeah,
Where actually it could well have been a download.
yeah. And it is like learning to trust yourself,
Yes, you're
learning
right.
to trust your own thoughts, your own hunches. And
Yeah.
you said something a moment ago which has really been crossing my mind. How we live in an inverted world, so everything's kind of upside down, back to front. And just
Download.
how busy we are encouraged to be, how stressed, how anxious, it's like, our diaries get filled with all sorts of stuff, personal admin. We talked about that a short while ago, just busy, crazy lives. But you know what that does? It blocks us, doesn't it? your intuition, it's a whisper, it's gentle. It
And you
doesn't
know
scream
what blocks
at
it?
you, does it?
What blocks it mostly, I think, is the television. Yeah. If you're
Well,
watching television, you don't have much chance at all of tuning into yourself. And
yeah. I had somebody say to me, who's very sensitive, she said that she had some medication for mental health. That's all I'm going to say. And she said that she noticed that it kind of dulled her down, but switched off her intuition. Now, I'm not saying, I think that sometimes medication is really needed and helpful. I'm not actually against.
that's true. That's what it's for. If it's to calm down anxieties,
Yeah,
it will actually um, reduce other channels as well connected to your sensitivities.
she
And
didn't like.
sometimes that's needed
Yeah,
if you.
absolutely, absolutely. I don't want anyone to feel
Mm,
ashamed
mm.
for taking medication because I don't
That's
think
right,
that's
it's
right.
needed
I-
as a phase
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah,
and then they can get back on track and
yeah,
be where they need to be.
yeah. But just hearing her say that and thinking, wow. But
Yeah.
she became aware of that because I know that sometimes medications they do people talk about the feelings kind of get
Mm.
switched off a bit, but to hear her say that intuition
Yeah.
was something different, and she didn't like that. I didn't like that. I wouldn't like it if my intuition
Well, I
went.
wonder if that's in the book somewhere.
In fact, it happened to me, for a while, Jen. I
Mm.
lost my intuition just like that. Just like that. It went on for about 6 weeks, and it wasn't something that wasn't anything in my life that was, that I could link it to, but I just assumed something was going on within. But it was I was working blind with clients. It was like I was having to work in a completely different way. It was horrible because I'm just always led by my intuition. It was like I was blind. Didn't like it at all. And then just like that, it came back.
Yeah. Oh, and so you're not aware of what brought it back. It's just the elements. Sometimes people
Yeah,
talk about the stars, don't they? Astrologists, they talk about the stars and
yeah. And I like to think that just something was getting fine-tuned.
yeah, yeah, that's
Like,
right. Yes.
or I was needing to develop some other
Yes, an
sense or
experience.
something. Yeah. Well, it was certainly a new experience. It was horrible.
I think it's important for us in our work that we do experience, I mean, everyone actually. I think everyone experiences the whole range of emotions, probably by the time they're 4 or 5. But to have life experience as well, I think it's really important for us as therapists because um, we, I know we don't talk about it, but we can sense it on a different level. We can really be with that client if we've been through
Yeah,
something similar, such as difficult relationship or bereavement or some loss or
yeah,
something. It and it makes us more human, doesn't it, having these experiences? Yeah. Makes us more human. That's a weird phrase, is that? Is that because we're not human? Is that because it's our spirit isn't human, is it? Our
yeah.
bodies are human.
Mm,
So when we say makes us more human, this gets us into the body and grounded and working on this other level, isn't it? Of sensory perceptions with our 5 senses.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I hadn't really thought about that phrase.
Normally, it just came to me. It's one of the downloads we were talking about. Anyway, looking through table of contents on page 7. So this book is by someone called Abby Wynne, female, and this guy called Mark Attwood, who I have heard of him for sure. So a note about God. I think that's the one I was started to read just now at the Inverted World. Why are we writing this book? That'd be interesting to read.
Yeah, no.
How to read this book? Well, I'll read that chapter when I've finished. That's how I do things. Do you do that? You know, something arrives and you get it all out the box, put it all together.
Oh, all the time. I've got tons of books exactly like that.
Yeah.
Exactly like that, because it's so easy, isn't it? To
Yes.
order stuff these days. I've got-
And harder to read the instructions, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, it's so hard to apply yourself, unless you're in that frame of mind. It's hard
yeah,
for people like us to actually follow instructions. I could spend half an hour looking at a diagram, sorting out all the stuff, and yet put all that aside, and I can go by feel and touch, and much easier usually.
yeah, yeah. I agree. It has to be a book that not only grabs my attention, but I like books that are written in a certain way.
Mm,
I don't like books that are too detailed,
mm,
because I find it a bit too taxing on my brain. Like
exactly.
pictures and
Right.
stories.
Yes. You see, this has a lot in it, but it doesn't look taxing because I don't know, something about it. It's not, I can see it's not waffle waffle. Each sentence has a real,
Deliberate, feels deliberate, doesn't it? Very intentional, and also the the kind of the sections within the chapter, they're not very long. They're like two, three pages each. So
yeah,
actually you can read it in bite-sized chunks. I like that. I probably, if I was to read through a whole chapter looks very, very, very meaty to me, but actually they've broke it down really well.
I like this bit. I've just been skimming through here as you've been talking. Page 103. A, which must be Abby, says this. So she says, something we described in the previous chapter. As angels can step into human bodies and save lives, demonic energy can step into people and act out through them and then leave or stay, depending on what is going on. It's a difficult and terrible thing. I think we talked about it in earlier chapters when we mentioned that people have ended up in asylums because of this type of thing. That's right, because other entities, but that was probably in the demon chapter, wasn't it? Can get into us
Yeah,
when there's holes in our aura, which could be either because we're not completely together, we're in a difficult state, we've been traumatized by something,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
depressed, or we're on alcohol or drugs
yeah,
or or medication that's thrown us off. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, exactly. I had that conversation the other day about that.
Isn't
Med
that interesting? That's just something that just
alcohol.
and there's so much in that. We could do a whole book just on that, or a
Yeah.
conversation rather than a book. We do conversations, don't we?
And it's where your mind, you kind of lose control of your mind a little bit, isn't it? Like the television, you get numbed out, don't you? You zone out. You're in a different kind of, reality. Alcohol, that
Mm.
does something else. Medication, that can do
So
something else.
that's how they can come in because we've
Yeah,
stepped out
yeah,
or given up.
yeah. And
So,
trauma.
so the opposite then is when we're fully present, then there's no space.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a bit like we've got sentries at all the doors. Like, no, you're not coming in here.
Yeah. It's like, I suppose it's what everyone talks about, isn't it? The mindfulness, the meditation, being present, being more conscious, being more aware. All of that makes a massive difference, doesn't it? Be just being conscious of what we
So,
do, how we think, how we feel, what we do, what we eat, what we consume.
Wynne, if you have to be quiet and listen to us. Wynne, if you have to be quiet. Come on, Wynne. You want to stay out? Don't you know to stay out? You went there.
Like that, I've just seen a word there, spiritual fitness. That,
Spiritual fitness, nice.
yeah, I like that word, don't you?
What's in it? What's the text around that?
That's about what are you putting into your body. It's
Mm.
about chemicals, food, bread,
Yeah.
cosmetics, butter and oil. But it was just that word, spiritual fitness. I like that. I had to write that down.
A
I like,
couple of things. I like that word, that phrase.
yeah, me too.
It's just reminded me of two things. Which one? Um, well, the second one that came up. I don't know if you can tell. I've got like an eye infection, and it's much better than it was yesterday. And I was wondering what I was looking through my little apothecary thing. I got some eye bright, which was empty, and I got some marigold, and I was wondering what to treat when I tried sea salt water. So I dissolved some sea salt, and but I felt, and overall, it was like I'm just going to let my body just deal with it.
Sort it out.
Sorting it out. It looks a bit odd, but that's why at the moment. And yesterday was the 1st of September, and I lit a fire, the first fire of the autumn, and it was so lovely. And I just sat in front of the fire and felt those flames, which I haven't felt for many months. And it was warming up my face, and I felt the healing energy, and I could feel my eye getting. And I thought, this is so weird because people wouldn't recommend sticky face in the fire. But it was, there's healing energy from, like you can feel it from the sun, the real
Yeah,
sun.
yeah,
We used to be able to. It was like that, but because it was flames and heat, it was like 50 times powerful. I could really felt, and this morning it felt fine. I've been waking up with my eyes a bit sort of sticky together the last couple, but
yeah.
so I know that healed it, and that's not in any books, is it?
No.
Your face in a fire, and it might not be for everyone. Maybe it's because I'm fire energy. That's my thing.
Maybe.
You just got to tune into what's it's that spiritual fitness, right? Tuning into what your body and spirit needs or
Yeah.
what's going on
Because
with you.
I tell you what's happening to me at the minute, because
Mhm.
I'm highly sensitive to certain foods that it just shows up in certain conditions and so on. But now I'm getting better and better and better. So now I'll eat something that
Mhm.
I probably know I shouldn't. It's probably is some processed food. And then I leave it for 30 minutes,
Mhm.
just small. And if I start to get a just slight headache, oh,
That's really good
some
noticing that.
food, my
Yes.
body doesn't like it. And I think, right, it's so clever. This
Yeah, you're
is
right.
so clever.
Yeah, a headache's a really good one. Or it could also
So
be
clever.
slight stomach twitch or in your kidneys or
Yeah,
just your energy draining.
yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? Energy draining happens to me.
Yeah,
Headache or slight headache happens to me. And
yeah,
I've learned, it took me a long time, but I've learned that they are my warning signs. They are what the way my body is trying to teach me. But like you said, for somebody else, you've got to find out, haven't you? And it's through trial and error, really, and a bit of experiment. But you have to find out, don't you?
yeah.
What does your body like and what doesn't? And of course, you
Yeah,
can do muscle testing and so on. But like I said, if you eat something and then
you can
half an
check.
hour later you've got to fall asleep, just
Yeah, so
it, the body doesn't like that, doesn't agree with you.
there's so many permutations, things change each day. we get older, there's different energies
Yeah,
coming, different things you
yeah,
have to deal with.
yeah. But it's like alcohol, isn't it? That's why you hear a lot of people say, oh, I couldn't touch anything now
Mhm.
compared to what I could when I was younger. Your
Yeah,
skin changes with the sun, all
yeah,
sorts of things. It's like our eyesight's changed, don't they? And sometimes I'd have to get the magnifying glass out now to read cooking instructions on
yeah.
packets. But
And sometimes you can drink a lot and it's like you don't feel drunk at all.
yeah,
Nothing's affecting you,
I wish that
which is
happened.
supposed to be a good thing. It's it's supposed to be a good thing if you're perfectly balanced. They say this is what happens. You just can't get drunk. And
Blimey.
then other times you might be feeling balanced, but you have a sip of something and it's like, and you feel, woo, you're off with the fairyland with half a glass. Quite
That's usually me. I
mm,
very rarely drink, probably once, twice a year.
mm.
Don't need a glass. That's it.
No, I like to uh keep with things. Yeah. Ooh.
There's certainly, a chapter that I'm going to read for maybe next time, and it's called Weapons of Mass Distraction,
Oh, I like that. What page is that on?
176. It's just like one page. Well,
Wow, that's a
it's
great
chapter
title.
9. Yeah, chapter 9, but that's a part of that chapter, Weapons of Mass Distraction.
Two lines from there, a prayer to clear dark energy in rooms.
Yeah. See all these things that we can do just because we can't always see. It doesn't mean to say that stuff isn't going on, does it? And we can all do that, can't we? Most people probably have done a prayer at some point in their life.
Yeah, that's right. They may not
Ask
call it a
for
prayer.
help or whatever, or ask for guidance.
Do you, Wendy, just before you're going to sleep, are you ever aware of presences?
I don't want to be.
Yeah, I don't want to be, but I am sometimes. Sometimes it's if I'm just going to dream, I can feel, and I think, oh, is that a dream or is it presence? And yeah, I can sort of feel them around. So I ask, and that's like a prayer.
Yeah,
Um, and I got that through theta healing that we don't need any other energies around us. So I asked my aura to expand and get,
yeah,
yeah, it's almost like pushing everything out. So
yeah.
I
And again,
was,
we can do that, can't we? We can say if we feel something
yeah,
uncomfortable, we can say,
yes,
please.
we're so powerful that way. We just
Don't
have,
realize half the time that we can do that and it works.
absolutely,
Yeah,
because it's our energy,
yeah,
um, just expressing, just like we do with our hands, we push someone away,
yeah,
push anything away, a dog, a person,
yeah,
the wind, the sun, and we can do it easily with energies.
yeah,
We just have to say no and push it away.
yeah.
And we
You
can
don't
do
have to
that.
necessarily be polite either, do you?
No,
Say it.
yeah, yeah. And I'm just wondering if we can do that with things that are happening in our day-to-day lives, like, people say a run of bad luck, a run of good luck, or, good things happening. I wonder if we, instead of saying, oh, two bad things have happened, okay, the third one's going, can we just like, okay, away, that's enough, and just mentally just push away, no, I've had enough
Yeah,
of that, and just inviting in, some good luck and good things to happen, nice,
yeah.
smooth. We can ask, just have to ask, don't we?
And sometimes I think it's about surrendering a little bit in that moment to, we, depending obviously what it is, we're talking about things that I am that aren't life threatening. But if you had some bad luck or whatever, your car's not started or
Yeah.
something like that, of course it can cause a great deal of stress and anxiety, and that can carry on in our heads all day. can't it? Because we're constantly then fixating on how to solve the problem, and sometimes it's
let
better,
go, accept and let go.
yeah, and just let it go and think, oh, crikey, what a day.
Yeah.
And then just ask for help or guidance. And I've usually found my printer stopped working one day and I really needed to get something printed ASAP. So it was a bit stressful. And then I realised what I was doing. And I thought, oh, Wendy, what are you doing? So I stepped back.
Stepping back.
Yeah. And then I just started to laugh because I thought,
You
this is
broke the energy.
yeah,
Yes.
this is like a comedy. This is just ridiculous, Wendy. Why are you getting yourself wound up about this? It was changing my reaction. And then, of course, you know what happened next? The printer then worked just like that.
Yes.
Whatever the problem was, it just vanished.
Yeah.
And it was
It's,
like, oh,
you know, but
crikey, that's a lesson that was.
it's these unseen energies, and it's stepping out of that track. And
Yeah,
it expands, does like, oh, it's got to work. I've got to get this in by the
yeah,
same time.
exactly.
And nothing will change. But as
Yeah,
you say, when you just, okay, I'll let go of it. It's like, oh,
yeah,
what about this then?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that happened with my phone as
Mm.
well.
Mhm.
Where I lost my phone when I was walking the dog. And
Mhm.
of course, as I'm sure most people can relate to, it was really, really stressful because all I was thinking about was all the photos I've got on there that are really precious to me, and have I, have I got the backups and whatnot. And then I very quickly was able to step out of it and think, do you know what? It will be what it will be. It will
Yes.
really be what it will be. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to have to phone up, blah, 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 get a new phone. It's not the end of the world. But then I decided, because I was in a different energy, I thought, well, I tell you what I will do though, just so I've checked everything, I'll just go back through where I walked. But I was in this really relaxed state now, thinking it's not the end of the world if I don't find it. There isn't anything on there that shouldn't be on there or anything like that. And then there I saw it. And the weird thing about it, I saw my phone and I don't even remember going there. It was right next to a bench and I don't even remember sitting on that bench.
Weird things happen,
Yeah, I
hey?
probably did, but I just had no memory of it. I don't think I would have necessarily had walked
Funny, isn't it?
around it, but because it's got a bright cover on it, it just stood out.
And it's amazing you remembered that, and probably because you
Yeah,
were telling me about it. But so often these things happen that don't fit into our pattern of memory, and we naturally let go because it's not fitting in.
yeah,
It's funny, isn't it? I wonder how
yeah,
often that happens.
yeah. But it's so much better if you can to try and work with yourself, isn't it?
And accept and let go.
Try and get some rationale into it a little bit. Step back and think, come on, no, is this the biggest
Yeah,
thing on the planet right now?
that's right. You do
I've
that
really got to
first.
make a massive deal of this.
Yeah, and a bit like, well, I can handle it if that's going to happen.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel nice, of course, does it? Stress and anxiety when you're feeling really angsty and stuff. I don't
No,
know
don't
how
need
it
it. Don't
feels.
need
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Stress and anxiety, it's a bit like going against what's happening. It's saying no, isn't it? It's making it
yeah,
painful.
yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Do you think we'll ever get through this book?
I don't know, but I am going to keep it next to me.
Okay. Shall
Time
we
to read.
try and... Okay, so you've got something you want to read. I
Yeah,
tell you what, I will try. This is my intention, and this is my intention. We'll see what happens. I'm going to... My intention is to read chapter 2. Who are the good guys? From 53 to 69. I think I'll enjoy that. And I can tell you what I get from it if I do manage it. Okay?
yeah, okay. And I'll read that bit
Which bit?
around. It's chapter 9. I'm not
Oh,
going to
yes.
hold
About
chapter
protection.
9, but I'm going to read around
Some of
where
the protections.
it's
Yes.
action. Yeah,
Be nice. And you could tell
yeah,
me about that.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
So,
To
so the
it.
next one's going to be full of lightness, angels, and protection. That's lovely. Okay.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you
Okay.
then, Jen.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Bye.